Good evening, you guys. This is your girl Chinks, and this is our wellness vlog, Designed by Fire. As you guys know, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Diamond, better known as Chinks. This is my wellness vlog, and this is a place that we all come to come together and just discuss things that is plaguing us, discuss things that we're going through on our everyday mundane. Sometimes I provide subscriptions, sometimes I provide some activities. If you've been tuning in, I appreciate you guys. We're back with another wellness. We're back with another check-in. Of course, I'm back with another scripture. I'm not going to give activity today, but we are going to have some type of discussion. And, I'm going to give you guys some relevance as to why did I pick this scripture and what did it mean for me this week. So without further ado, we're going to get it right into our topic for today. And my topic for this evening is going to be He Sees Me. And I felt that this was just so profound because I feel like oftentimes I felt invisible. And I felt like my friends didn't see me. My mother didn't see me. The person I was dating at the time, they didn't see me. Like, yes, I was there. Yes, we were going through the motions. But do you see me? Do you see me hurting? Do you see me going through this mental warfare every day? Yes, I'm smiling. Yes, I seem happy. But I'm not really happy. So who sees me? But the fact of the matter is God sees you. He sees me. When no one else sees me, when no one else is calling and checking on me, when no one else is want to make sure that I'm fine, God sees me. He checks on me. He calls me. He calls my name. He knows me by name, right? So we're going to get right into the scripture. And our scripture for today is Psalms chapter 40, verse 2. And it basically just reads, He lifted me out of a slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock, and He gave me a firm place to stand. I think that's just, what else do you say behind that, right? He gave me a firm place to stand. And the relevance that the scripture meant for me was basically, oftentimes I find myself feeling lost and alone. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only person. And that's just like the enemy. The devil's job is to cloud our minds into believing that we're lost, falling behind and alone. He wants you to think that you're alone. Like, he wants your mind to think nobody loves you, nobody cares about you. Those people, they don't care. They not worried about you. You don't have no friends. You don't have no family. You're all by yourself. That's what he tells us when we alone. And that's what he has us believing at times. Which is why this scripture punches for me the way it does. Psalms being a book of encouragement, if you don't know. And it just states that God lifts us up out of those filthy places we sometimes find ourselves. Even in those dark corners where no one sees us, He comes to find us. Those days that you barely can get out of bed, He comes to find you. We all go through periods of loneliness. We all go through periods of doubt. Even the most successful or popular person deals with sadness. We see people commit suicide all the time. Why do you think people are you get what I'm saying? People are sad. Yes, they have all this fame, all this fortune, but they still sad because they feel alone. The devil has them thinking that they alone. The issue comes when we stay in those feelings too long, because we all gonna go through it. The entire purpose of coming together and watching these wellness lives as well as participating is we have to understand that none of us are fighting any foreign battles. None of us are going through anything that the next person probably haven't went through. It might not have been in the same form. It might not have came in the same box, but 9 out of 10, we all went through relatively the same thing, but none of us are aliens. We've all been broke. We've all had a time we've been depressed. We've all been sad, but then we've all had a time where we got that back too. So we didn't stay there for too long. None of us have spent 30 years just with nothing. None of us. We've had our highs and we've had our lows. So there's no way that we're going to stay in those low places even when we feel like that. There's no way. We have to understand that none of us are fighting any foreign battles. None of the things we go through are new to God. We are not alone. He sees each and every one of us. The scripture further proves this by stating, He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. So not only does the Lord come and grab you out of that place, He's going to remove you and then place you on a firm foundation to stand on, doubt-free. Because when the foundation is firm, you're not going nowhere. This couch is a foundation. It's firm. We know that it's not moving. You guys don't see me floating right now on this YouTube, right? So it's a firm foundation. So I want you to think of where God is going to place you, like this couch. He's going to give you something like this couch to sit on. Whatever that foundation for you need to be, he's going to provide that. You just got to wait on him. And you got to trust him. And you can't let the talks of the devil plague you to make you think different of what you know to be true, or to make you think differently of you, because that's what he comes to do, to distort our image and distort our views of ourselves and of what God has told us to be true. The more we take the initiative to put ourselves first by putting God first and head of our lives, the more we'll find ourselves on a firm foundation, away from those dark and lonely places. And that's really all I have for you guys today. Again, our topic was He Sees Me. And I don't want you guys to feel like you're not being seen. You guys have to understand, we all have to understand that none of us are running this race by ourselves. COVID had us in the house and alone, and we may or may not be going back into quarantine. I don't really think anyone knows. But what I do know is none of us are alone. I don't care who you got to find. If you know that you haven't reached out to anybody and you've been staying in this corner, in this dark place by yourself, reach out. Reach out. Don't always assume that they don't care. They're not worried about me. Nobody haven't called me. No, sometimes people go through their own life. Sometimes people go through their own things that they can't even take the time to even remember because they got so much on their plate, or the devil has just been attacking them time after time after time. Yes, they care. Yes, they love you, but sometimes we forget because we're all human and none of us are perfect. So this week, instead of sitting alone and being by yourself, yes, be alone sometimes. Get yourself together. If you know that you don't need to be in people's face right now because you just not, I'm not really feeling the folks right now, it get like that. But don't stay over there with the for too long. That ain't what he wants. That ain't even how he wants you to do it, because we wasn't placed on this earth to be by ourselves. So I thank you guys again for tuning in. Prayerfully, you guys meet me back here in a few more days, because I'm going to come back with an activity that's going to tie into He Sees Me. But for this week, I want you guys to take with you scripture, Psalms 40 verse 2. And I'm going to read it and we're going to get up out of here. And it basically just reads, He lifted me out of a slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock, and He gave me a firm place to stand. So I want you to go and get your firm place to stand this week. And you guys be blessed. I love y'all, family. I thank you guys for tuning in again. And until next time. Mwah.